Okay, so yesterday we were working on substitutions to solve problems. So we were taking an unknown and substituting some number values to see if it made the number sentence true or not true. All right, so if it made it true, then we would circle it, and then we would add that letter to the side. So we were on number 6. That was the first one you were to do last night. And so we have 9 times E is greater than 50. All right, so let's plug in 5. 9 times 5 is greater than 50. 45 is greater than 50. That is an untrue statement, so we are not going to circle that one. Hopefully you didn't circle that one. All right, so this time for E, I'm going to plug in 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 is not greater than E. So hopefully you didn't circle that one either. All right. So let's go on to 10. 9 times 10 is 90. 90 is greater than 50. So we should circle letter C. You should have letter C circled. All right, the last one to plug in is 7. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 is greater than 50, and so that one should be circled too. So for number 6, you should have C and D. All right. Number 7. Number 7 is 2E plus 3 is less than 22. All right, so we're going to plug in 2 first for E. So 2 times 2 plus 3 is less than 22. So we've got 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 is less than 22. 7 is less than 22. So that is a true statement. So we're going to circle letter A. I'm going to go ahead and erase this part. All right, so the next number I have to plug in is 8. So 2 times 8 is 16 plus 3. 16 plus 3 is 19. 19 is less than 22. That works. So 8 is also true, or makes the statement true. All right, we're going to erase this part. And this time we're going to plug in 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is less than 22. Well, we're on a roll. A, B, and C are right. I'm going to plug in the last number, which is 5. So we've got 5 to plug in for E. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 is less than 21. So all of them, A, B, C, and D, all make this true statement. All right. Let's see, it's good we checked all of them. Hopefully you checked all of them. If you didn't check all of them and you just guessed that the last one wouldn't be right, see, you would have gotten that wrong. So you have to make sure that you go through and check every single one of them. So this one is 86 divided by E is greater than 9. Okay, so we've got 1 we're going to put in the place of E first. 86 divided by 1 is greater than 9. Well, it is, because 86 divided by 1 is 86. And 86 is greater than 9. So 1 gives us a true statement. So this time we've got 86 divided by 4. So let's go ahead and go over here. 86 divided by 4. Well, something times 4 gives me 8. That would be 2. And then we bring down the 6. Well, when I count by 4, it's 4, 8. So it's only 1 4 that I can use. 6 minus 4 is 2. So that would be 2 fourths. So remember, 2 fourths and 1 half is the same thing. So this would be 21 and a half. 21.5 is greater than 9, so 4 would work. All right, see, I had to write some things out to the side, and that's all right. But if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be certain of the answer. All right, so my next number to plug in is 8. Well, I know that 80 divided by 8 is 10, but this is 86, so I'm not sure about this one. So 86 divided by 8, well, I know that this is going to be 1 because 1 times 8 is 8. I bring down my 6. Well, that's strange. So there's nothing that I can multiply times 8 to get me 6. So I'm going to have to put a 0 there. And then I can either go ahead and do the fractional part, or I can try a decimal. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the fractional part because it's going to get me there quicker. Now I notice that these are both even numbers. I know that even numbers are divisible by 2. So if I divide those by 2, that would give me 10 and 3/4. So this would be 10 and 3/4. So 10 and 3/4 is greater than 9. So even though this didn't give me an even number, it's a fractional part, I know that this, when I put 8 for E, it works. All right, my last number to plug in is 10. Remember, we just talked about 10, but we talked about it in the opposite way. So if we have 86 divided by 10, I know that we have 8 because 8 times 10 is 80. And if I go with 9, that'd be 90 and that'd be too much. So 86 divided by, or minus 80 is 6. And we've got 6/10. Well, I know that can be reduced. So when I reduce that, I know they're both even numbers. So if I reduce it by the 2, that would be 8 and 3/5. 8 3/5 is not greater than 9. So that's the only one that doesn't work, is the 10. So we have A, B, and C. A, B, C are the correct answers for that one. All right. Let's go on to number 9. Number 9 is 6 times E is less than 63. So first number to plug in is 3. 6 times 3 is less than 63. Well, 6 times 3 is 18, and we know that's less than 63. So we know that 3 can be plugged in for E. All right. Now, the next number is 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 is less than 63, so 8 works. Next number to plug in is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 is less than 63, so 6 works. All right, next one to try is 7. 6 times 7 is 42. 42 is less than 63, so 7 works. So A, B, C, and D. All of those work. All right, number 10. 23 divided by E is greater than 8. So the first number to plug in is 3. 23 divided by 3 is greater than 8. So we've got 23 divided by 3. Well, if I count by threes, I don't want to go over. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So that's 7 threes. And if I go one more, that would be 24, which would be too many. So I've got 7 threes, which is 21. 23 minus 21 is 2. So that would be 7 2/3. So 7 2/3 is greater than 8? No, it's not. So 3 does not work. All right, next number to plug in is 8. All right, so we've got 23 divided by 8. So when I'm counting by 8s, 8, 16, 24. So 3 8s is too much. So I've got to have 2 8s. Now notice where I put my 2. Some of you, when you're dividing, you put the 2 over here. Well, 8 times 2 is not going to, we can't put that under the 2. We've got to put it under the 23. So since we're looking at the number as 23, you've got to put that first number that you're dividing. When you're dividing, that first number is going to go over the ones. Okay, so be careful with that. So 2 times 8 is 16. That's going to give me 7 left over. So that would be 2 and 7/8. 2 and 7/8 is greater than 8. No, it's not. So 8 does not work. All right. So next number is 2. 23 divided by 2. So I can do 2 times something gives me 2. It's 1. So notice I'm talking only about the 2. So that's why I put the number above that 2. I'm not talking about the 23 yet. Okay? All right, or at all. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. I bring down that 3. So now I'm talking about 3. But that 3 is over here. So the number that I'm using is going to be right here. So I've got 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4, and that would be too many. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So I've got 11 and a half. 11 and a half is greater than 8. So 2 works. All right. My next number is 7. 23 divided by 7. So I've got something times 7. So I've got to count by 7s. 7, 14, 21, 28. So I can't do 4 because that's 28. So I need to make sure that I keep it with 3. All right, so 3 times 7 is 21. 23 minus 21 is 2. So it'd be 3 and 2/7. 3 and 2/7 is not greater than 8. So the only one that works is the 2. That's letter C. All right. Number 11. So this is 3e plus 8 is greater than 30. All right, so the first number to plug in is 5. 3 times 5 plus 8 is greater than 30. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 8 is greater than 30. Well, 15 plus 8, if I take 5 out of here to make this 20, I'll have 3 left. So that would be 23 is greater than 30. No, it's not. So 5 does not work to give us a true statement. All right, so the next number to plug in is 8. So I've got 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 8. Well, if I go ahead and do 24 plus 10, that would be 34. But I don't have a full 10. I have 2 less than that. So 34 minus 2 would be 32. 32 is greater than 30. Yes, it is. So 8 is what we plugged in, and 8 works. All right. So next number is 7. And notice they gave us 7 twice. They want to make it easy on us, I guess. All right, so 3 times 7 is 21. 21 plus 8 is 29. 29 is not greater than 30, so 7 does not work. So B is the correct answer there. All right, so hopefully you're understanding these. If you have any questions, you can always email me. I do have an assignment for you to do tonight. There are 11 questions for you to answer. It looks just like this one. Please make sure that you check each one of these. Make sure if they are correct, you circle them. If they are incorrect, leave them alone. If none of them are correct, then you'll write none out to the side. But make sure you check each one of them. All right? I want you to keep watching, keep thinking, always stay curious. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll start a different review skill.